into the stream, we are going to be building in The Sims 4 the Alan Wake cabin. This will be a special video for my channel anniversary. This is not a tutorial on how to do it. This is how I'm going to do it and how I'm going to be replicating the build for The Sims 4 just for a special video for my channel that I do every year. So please do not ask me how and why and all that stuff to do with the tutorial, because I don't know. I just basically copy the video that I make from the game and do my best to make it as much the same as possible. Hey everyone, it's KerryPlays here. Welcome on into the video. Welcome on into the voiceover. Today, as I've already said at the beginning of the video, I am building the Alan Wake cabin. I did actually film the video for this before the remastered version came out. It's been on my list for about a year now to build. I'm very not good at remembering what I should be building for what. But we're here now. At first it was a little bit complicated because I couldn't paint the house separate to the decking out back here. But I did eventually get there in the end after working through a couple of things I know I can do in The Sims 4. As stated at the beginning of the video, this is not a tutorial on how to build the Alan Wake cabin. This is how I am building it for you guys to check out in The Sims 4. Of course, because it's from one game to another, The Sims 4 makes it look a lot cleaner and tidier and crisper and all lovely, but of course it's not actually like that for the game. There will be a side-by-side comparison videos from Alan Wake and The Sims 4 going through the tour. I've matched them up the best that I can. I'm hoping it's enough for you guys to see. There are a couple of dark places during the video. That isn't my fault. That's just how some of these games are. I think I was actually in the game, you were supposed to go and turn the generator on, which provided power to the house, but I obviously wasn't playing the game. I just needed the tour for the build, so some of the house is unfortunately a little bit dark. Now we can't actually place windows below the foundations to represent a basement, so I put mine at the very bottom where I could on the walls so that it represented it's supposed to be in the basement. Of course, there isn't the exact same items from the Alan Wake cabin in The Sims 4, so I do my very best to use items from most of the packs in The Sims 4 that I own to be able to replicate those into this video. The slide that I place into the living room is representing a rocking horse, which of course we don't have in The Sims 4. Now I'm very grateful that now we have platforms and terrain, because I do end up doing a little bit of terrain out back of the house later on. We're just into the living room, then the build will go on into the kitchen, we'll then go through up to upstairs, which will go through to the bedroom and the office space, as well as you've already seen one of the porches, and we're just building the back porch there. Now most of the cabin is actually surrounded by a big lake, a big huge lake. Of course I don't have a massive lot and I didn't want to build it on a massive lot to provide the lake, so I made sure I built the house next to the river. I do believe we're in somewhere in Willow Creek. And then I was trying to represent a dock area in the water using a platform. It took me a little while and a fair bit to get there, but I did eventually do it. Also, along the edge of this side of the house and the lake, it is surrounded by cliffed rocks. I didn't want to spend all night and all day doing those, so I did a couple of them around here to represent those, and then I left it at that. I didn't do any more. I do later on place some more rocks in the backyard. because there were some in the backyard of the build, and I think I do change them to a different color as well to represent like big heaps of rocks. Some of it just looks like it's very old and worn out and it's hard enough. This kitchen was definitely one of those areas, which you will see in the tour at the end, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. Also, if you're wondering why my head is there, I did originally start to build this over on my Twitch channel, which is where I stream 2 nights a week, Mondays and Fridays. If you're not over there joining us yet, go ahead and join us over there. The link should be down below, so don't forget to go and do that. I did originally put those other plates in, and then I found some different plates that represented what I was actually doing in the Alan Wake cabin, so I was like, yay, great. And then I couldn't find the hutch that I wanted, and I came across that one by accident, so that worked out pretty good. You'll see why I keep stacking 2 end tables on top of each other later on, is to represent a cupboard. Like I said, I don't have the exact items, so I usually go by color, by height, or like shape, or by what I can do. Now, the only thing with this house, as you can see, I'm repositioning it, but it doesn't match to the downstairs. That's the only trouble I always end up having when I build from one game to another, because we have to build on a square grid. We can't build on half of the square grid. So I moved, at first I had to move the stairs and redo the stairs so that I could get the upstairs to be in the right place, because I had to build a room on the left and the right of the stairs, and where these stairs originally were, it wasn't working out. We was going to end up with a roof on top of the porch, a room on top of the porch, and I felt that wasn't going to be okay with the aesthetic and the look of the house when we went outside. So I had to rejig the stairs to work with this build. That owl that you see right there actually ends up disappearing in the tour. I don't know why, it just disappears, but I do put it there. You can see I put it in there. There's actually in Alan Wake a big owl sculpture on the wall. That's why I'm putting the owl there. During the live stream, I was getting so frustrated because I couldn't find it. I knew it was in the game, but I couldn't find it for the life of me. And as you can see, I'm kind of like filling in spaces so that the house looks like a proper house and not like some kind of oblongy shapey thing. So I do end up filling in the blanks and spaces with just pretend walls and extra windows instead. And then moving on into the backyard, which I filmed last night, that's why there's no head here. And then it moves on into the tour. There's a shed out back and down here, and then I kind of like had to guess where the fence was for the pond, because I didn't have a lot of great view outside for me to tell where everything was supposed to be going. And then I just filled in the spaces with like overgrown plants and things, and then I was trying to replicate the it looked like dark stone ashy colored on the floor. You'll see when I do the tour in a bit. Out here in the shed is actually the generator for the power, but I put in a fizzing machine from The Sims 4 to represent the generator as best I could. It was the only thing I could think of that would work, and some of the fence is also broken and stuff, so I obviously don't put in all the fence. And in case you're wondering why I'm doing this random special build today, today is actually my 5-year anniversary of being on YouTube, and to celebrate, usually every year I try and do a special build for the channel. I did it at first, and then I decided I should do something for the channel. So far I've built the Tokyo Ghoul Calf, I've built in Silent Hill Homecoming Shepherd's House, I've built Silent Hill The Room 302, I've built Borderlands 2 Moxie's Bar, I've built Resident Evil 2 The Orphanage, Resident Evil 3 Remake Jill's Apartment, Resident Evil Village Ethan and Mia's house, and now the Alan Wake cabin. All those are actually being posted today over on my Twitter to celebrate the 5th year anniversary. There is a thread pinned to my Twitter, so go on over there if you want to check out those videos, and I'll do my very best, if I get a chance to do so, put all those videos as well into the description box for you, and maybe a playlist. If I don't know if I already have a playlist. If I do, I will link it. If I don't, I will make one for you guys when I get a minute. I may not get a chance to do it today, but I definitely will in the next couple of days, so look out for those if they're not already there for you. Also, don't forget to leave me a comment on how you think I've done for the build, because I do like the feedback whether I did a good job from one game to another or not. I've also never played Alan Wake. I don't know if I've already said that or not, but I do love hunting for builds that aren't big and that won't take me a long time to build, so that I can build them in The Sims 4. So if you do have any suggestions, go ahead and leave them down below. I will add them, sorry, to my very short list that I have. I only have a couple more that I need to build for you guys, which I may try and do some more this year, but we'll see how that goes. And we're going to head on into the tour. So as you can see, The Sims 4 is on the left and Alan Wake is on the right. And like I said earlier on, I've done my very best to link the two together in the right places. If you have to, go on and come back to the beginning of the tour, watch one side and then watch the other side. Don't forget to leave your comments, suggestions or feedback down below. I would appreciate that very much. Thank you so much for joining me today on my 5th year anniversary for YouTube. I hope you enjoyed this video and this build from another game, Alan Wake. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're not already subscribed, and I'll see you over on Twitch tonight, and if not, I'll see you over on my social media. Bye for now. Thank you all so much for joining me. I appreciate you all very much. If you're watching this over on YouTube, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to tell me what you think of how close I got it to the original game, because I built it in The Sims 4. This should have been a tour for you guys to watch. If you're not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. I hope you have a lovely day. Rest of your day. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.